Foreign policy consistency becomes crucial when international conflicts demand sustained diplomatic attention. The gap between campaign promises and governing realities often reveals itself through shifting timelines and evolving negotiation strategies. Welcome back to Politics and Economy USA. Recent developments in Ukraine diplomacy showcase how presidential deadlines and peace negotiations intersect with broader questions about American foreign policy credibility and international leadership. The administration's approach to resolving the Ukraine conflict has evolved significantly, with recent adjustments to diplomatic timelines reflecting changing strategic calculations.
I'm going to make a new deadline of about 10 or 12 days from today. There's no reason in waiting. There's no reason in waiting. It's 50 days. I want to be generous, but we just don't see any progress being made. But there's no reason to wait. If you know what the answer is going to be, why wait? And it would be sanctions and maybe tariffs, secondary tariffs, unless we make a deal. And we might make a deal. I don't know. You don't know. It's we've done so many peace deals. This is the one I started out with, and I've always gotten along with President Putin.
This accelerated timeline represents a significant shift from earlier diplomatic positioning. The move from 50 days to approximately 10 to 12 days suggests either growing impatience with negotiation progress or strategic pressure tactics designed to force quicker resolution. The administration has also highlighted its broader diplomatic achievements as context for current Ukraine negotiations. Presidential spokesperson Caroline Levitt recently outlined the scope of international peace efforts.
The president has now ended conflicts between Thailand and Cambodia, Israel and Iran, Rwanda and the Democratic Republic of the Congo, India and Pakistan, Serbia and Kosovo, and Egypt and Ethiopia. This means President Trump has brokered, on average, about one peace deal or ceasefire per month during his 6 months in office. It's well past time that President Trump was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize.
These diplomatic claims require careful examination. While some of these international relationships have seen improved dialogue, the characterization of ended conflicts may overstate the actual resolution achieved. Several of these nations continue to experience ongoing tensions despite any recent diplomatic progress. For instance, Israel and Iran remain in a state of regional rivalry, with proxy conflicts continuing across multiple theaters. India and Pakistan, while potentially engaging in renewed dialogue, have not fundamentally resolved their long-standing territorial disputes. The distinction between temporary ceasefires and permanent conflict resolution becomes important when evaluating diplomatic success. However, archived statements about the Ukraine conflict reveal earlier positions that contradict current diplomatic efforts. These recordings provide insight into how presidential perspectives on the conflict have evolved over time.
The bombers inside Russia, the airfields, did that change your view at all of what Zelensky, the cards he has?
Well, they gave Putin a reason to go in and bomb the hell out of him last night. That's something I didn't like about it. When I saw it, I said, here we go. Now it's going to be...
These earlier statements suggest a different perspective on Ukrainian military actions and their consequences. The implication that Ukraine's defensive measures provided justification for Russian military responses represents a significant departure from current diplomatic positioning that emphasizes Ukrainian sovereignty and territorial integrity. This evolution in rhetoric raises questions about foreign policy consistency and how shifting positions might affect international negotiations. When presidential statements about conflict causation change over time, it can complicate diplomatic credibility and negotiating effectiveness. The Ukraine situation presents complex challenges that extend beyond simple deadline setting. Effective resolution requires understanding historical context, regional security concerns, and the legitimate interests of all parties involved. NATO expansion considerations, territorial sovereignty principles, and regional security architecture all factor into sustainable peace negotiations. The current approach of accelerated timelines combined with sanctions threats represents one diplomatic strategy, but success will ultimately depend on whether all parties see mutual benefit in negotiated outcomes. Historical precedent suggests that lasting peace agreements require comprehensive frameworks that address underlying security concerns rather than just immediate cessation of hostilities. The intersection of domestic political considerations, including Nobel Prize aspirations, with complex international negotiations, highlights how foreign policy decisions operate within multiple contexts simultaneously. Balancing these various pressures while maintaining diplomatic effectiveness remains a central challenge in contemporary American foreign policy. Thanks for watching Politics and Economy USA. Foreign policy consistency and diplomatic credibility shape America's role in resolving international conflicts. If this analysis of Ukraine diplomacy was valuable, subscribe and hit that notification bell for more foreign policy coverage. What's your view on diplomatic timelines and negotiation strategies in complex international conflicts? Share your thoughts in the comments. Understanding foreign policy helps us all engage with these crucial global issues. See you next time.